Let's talk about Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferazzi. Great book about how to build relationships over a lifetime. And there's so many nuggets of wisdom in this book that we can only cover so many. But let's start first with the mindsets that are important in building lifelong relationships, mindsets that are important in building relationships that will actually help you in the long term in life. The first mindset that you want to have is the idea that you can't really go very far alone. There's an African proverb that's really interesting that says that if you want to go fast, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. And it makes sense in the African jungles, in the African savannah. If you're going to try and run, you might be able to go fast by yourself, but you'd not make much distance. But if you go with others, if you uh, plan with others, you work with others, you cooperate with others, you can get much further. So realize you cannot. Nobody can do great things all alone. That's just not the way the world works. And if you're trying to do it all alone because you have this idea that you can figure it out, get that idea out of your head, because trying to figure it all by yourself, trying to go it all alone is a short recipe for long-term failure. Even though short term you might feel successful, long term you want to go with others. Long term you want to involve others. So as the title says, don't go alone, never eat alone. The next big idea is the idea of planting seeds. Planting seeds. Building relationships are like planting seeds. You are planting seeds for the long term. You're not just trying to eat the fruits from the plant today, but you're planting the seeds today for these relationships so that over time these relationships will grow and develop and give you results, give you tremendous fruits. But if you go with a short term mentality and just try to take the fruits, then you won't really have anything remaining in the long term. So relationship building is a long-term game. You have to have this long-term game. You have to have this long-term vision in mind. You say you're going to plant seeds. You're not going to just go eat the fruits. Because as long as you keep on planting seeds, these plants over time will grow and give you a lot of great results. A third great mindset that you want to adopt when it comes to building relationships and going after your dreams is that you've got to ask. You've got to ask for what you are going after. You've got to ask the people that you think are important who are going to be able to help you. It's like dating. You're going to have to go and ask the girl, even if you're going to get rejected, even if you're going to get disappointed. You have to ask, you have to put yourself out there, and in the process you will probably get rejected, but that is part of the game. That is part of relationship building effort. You cannot shy away from asking for what is important for you. So you must develop this habit of asking for what is important for you. The fourth idea, a really big idea, is that the relationship, the power of a relationship, the strength of a relationship, the utility of a relationship grows exponentially with the number of users in it. It grows exponentially. It's n squared. So it's squared the number of users. So if you just had one person, it would be n squared would be 1. If you had 2, the power of the relation network would be 4. If you had 3, it would be 9. But if you go to 10 people, the power would be 100. And if you go to 100, now we're talking about 10,000. So if you go from 5 people at the power of 25, the square of 5 would be 25. But if you had so if you had 5 square would be 25, but 100 square would be 10,000. So the numbers are growing exponentially. You have to understand that the power of your relationships will grow exponentially, and you must invest in the number. You must try to get your relationships, broaden your horizons, and broaden the number of people you're going to involve yourself with, because over time that will really pay off. Another really important idea is to give to get, and what that means is that Just an analogy, just to quote Dale Carnegie from his book, and maybe I probably won't get the quote perfectly right, but what he was saying is that you will be a lot more successful if you will be a lot more successful in 2 months if you try to figure out how to help other people than you will be in 2 years if you just try to help yourself. So there's power in relationships when you give, because when you give is when the relationships activate themselves, and that's when you have a lot more possibility of long-term results for yourself. If you are just a taker mentality where you just want to take, in the long term you will not have much to take. In the long term you will not be successful. So realize that relationships are designed, or actually the payoffs are much bigger when you give, and it's a paradoxical thing. And I talk a lot about paradoxes in life. A lot of paradoxes are very powerful, and this is one of the paradoxes. In order to get, you must give, because if you just take, you'll not really be able to make much progress. You will not be able to go far. You will not be able to get much out of life. So the 5 mindsets. First of all, in order to go far, you must go with others. Second, plant the seeds. Third, ask for help, ask for advice, ask for directions, ask for support. Fourth, the power of your relationship grows exponentially. And fifth is give to get. Now let's talk about strategies that you need to implement in order to win in in this game of relationships, in this life of relationships that you're going to build. The first important strategy is to understand that you need to have mentors and how to go about figuring out the mentors. Have mentors in lives. You need mentors. You need someone who's better than you, who's bigger than you, who has walked the path that you are walking, because this mentor will help you move in the direction that you want. So make sure you get mentors in your life, because mentors will really tremendously help your progress, get you much further than you could have gone all by yourself. And the key to getting mentors, the two keys to getting mentors is, first of all, you want to figure out how you can be of help to them, how you can be of service to them. It's not just a take relationship where you take everything from your mentors. It's a relationship of giving. So you have to figure out how you can help them. And remember, no matter how big they are, no matter how small you are, there's always something you can give to them and make their lives better. So think about them as much as you think about just yourself. The other key is you want to make it such that it is an emotional connection between the two, such that your mentor feels a sense of your mentor feels emotionally connected to you and wants to help you out. He wants to see you grow. He wants to see you become bigger and better and more powerful. He wants to see you become his equal. And that's what you want. That's what you want your mentor to. That's how emotionally involved you want your mentor to be. Usually, the mentorship programs, when they are very formalized and you pay for the mentor, they don't work very well. They're more like coaches. A coach is a very different thing from a mentor. A mentor is really emotionally invested in your success, and they're not looking for a financial gain out of you in order for you to be successful. The second important strategy in order to implement your relationship, in order to implement Never Eat Alone, is something called the dinner parties, and it's really something I have used again and again, and I've found so much value from it. I've built so many great connections as a result of these parties I've been able to put together. The important thing is have a small, tiny group, a small, intimate group. 6 to 10 people is good enough. Keith Ferazzi, he used to do that every week. Every week, he would invite new people into his circle, into his dinner parties, and get the conversation going and connect the people. And as a result, his relationships would improve over time. The budget is not really that important. A lot of people think that the budget is important. It doesn't matter. It could be really low budget. It could be really high budget. It's really up to you. Don't let the budget stop you from doing it. If you got to serve dinner in plasticware, that's fine. If you got to serve pizza and salad, that's fine. If you got to cook it, that's fine. If all you want to do is serve wine and cheese sometimes, that's fine too. But figure out the fact that this is going to be super important. Having people together and you being the host of the party is going to really help you develop your relationships. Helps to have a theme for the party, not really required, but putting a cadence to these parties together and trying to do them weekly basis would really help you get new people into your life and also solidify the connections you have with the existing people in your life. The other really, really powerful, probably one of the most powerful strategies when it comes to building your relationships is doing what you're passionate about. You have to find things you're passionate about and do those things. You cannot go out and try to do things that you're not passionate about and hope that other people will join you. They will not join you. They will actually, even if you go out and do other things, there you will never have a following. You will never have people who are excited about what they're doing. So it is really important to find the things that you're passionate about and then do those things and involve other people in those things, because you really come alive when you're passionate about something. When you're passionate about something, it is contagious. For me, for example, it is rock climbing. When I go rock climbing, I invite all my friends, all the people, even if they have never done it, I'll invite them because I'm excited about it, I'm passionate about it, and I know my friends will have a good time just as long as I'm having a good time. So I invite them. Or when I go sailing, again, the same thing. I'm excited about it, I'm passionate about it. I'll invite my friends and we go sailing together. And it really helps me build my connections with them rather than trying to do something like, let's say, just going to a bar to hang out with some friends. It's okay once in a while, but it doesn't necessarily have the same passion and fun and excitement and connection that I have when I go rock climbing with my friends, when I go sailing, even when I go traveling with my friends. Again, another important thing about doing things that you're passionate about is that your quality is what will the quality of time you spend with people is way more important than the quantity of time. So focus on quality, not on quantity, because quality of time will give you better quality relationships. Another way to look at it, this is just to simplify all of this. Let's say you meet someone in a networking event or you meet someone in a bar. Now, how much trust do you have in this person? How much can you really let your guard down with this person? Now, compare this to, let's say you meet someone when you're following your passion, like you're doing rock climbing or you're out at a yoga class or whatever it is. Let's say you guys were all out together rock climbing and you were helping each other out and you were the one belaying this other person and you were holding on to their dear life. You were helping them, you were helping them get up the rocks and get down from the rocks, and if you made any mistakes, they could fall down. Now, in this situation, when you do something like that, how much more trust have you developed with that person? Now, it doesn't even matter that person might be way higher up in the ranks of whatever you are doing, but when you are doing the things that you're passionate about, you're all equal. You're all enjoying it. In fact, if you are better than them at that craft, at that thing, you might as well see that they would certainly feel a sense of they'll look up to you in some ways when it comes to that thing. So realize passion is contagious, and passion is so important when you put together your events, when you put together the things you do. One of the ways I like to think of it is whenever I want to do something that I enjoy, I'm going to invite other people. I'm going to put things on my calendar that I enjoy, and then I'm going to invite other people as well. And what that does is, every time I'm out to do something fun, I have other friends, I have other people that I'm connecting with. So it makes for a really good way to connect with people rather than just going out and going to a restaurant or just doing small things is not really that powerful when it comes to building a connection. Another strategy, really powerful strategy from this book, is the idea of a relationship action plan. You can download that from Keith Ferazzi's website. He has a full PDF of this relationship action plan, but it's really simplified. What he's saying is identify the goal you have, some of the goals you have, then identify the people, the names of the people who are going to help you with these goals, whatever the people are. Then identify how often you want to see them on a weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis, daily basis, whatever it is, and then put together a plan. How are you going to do this? Where are you going to meet them? How often are you going to meet them? Maybe some of them you're going to go rock climbing with. Some of them will come to your dinner party. Some of them you'll go for sailing. Some of them you are going to go yoga classes with. Some of them you're going to go travel with. Figure out your relationship action plan, because in the long term, this plan will help you get your relationships moving and really help you move forward. So there we have it, Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferazzi. Of course, I've just scratched the surface. There's so many other great ideas in this book. You should get your own copy as well.